God is also married. Amazing surprise world it will be to know that who it has limitedly conceived as God also, like humans, has matrimonial civil status, or equivalent to be married with a wife and companion spouse of similar existential, divine and totalitarian rank and power, also with specific opposite considerable sexual gender and female, imperfect ideal compatibility of qualities with God, and their diverse objective needs and existence, that though both have different unique personal characteristics, manifestation forms, distinct effectiveness and objectivity, as at genre, and at all opposites, are however mutually compatible to joint relationship and even indispensable, as tailored to each other, to formal consortium, which, as mentioned, in same resemblance to alive beings and especially human, whose marriage is in this case. Also incredibly it is done under a more superior and unique existential totalitarian constituted law and representative judge who is the minister of relativity, and as the only existential witness to this, the great Father Time, but unlike some humans. In this case the union is eternally established, and without any form of possible divorce, so as to be unavoidably blended together in a common objective intentional relationship of fully compatible absolute satisfaction to mutual needs, and of deliberate creation and permanent occupation, and eternal care, mandatory provisioning and satisfactory overall development needs of their together created existential familiar production, as similarly occurs in human beings and children, which in this case their living home is the universe, which total existence so far limited known by terrestrials, and at here hour, of all astronomical bodies and humans, because the first ones are also really explicit organic and conscious beings, which in turn also relatively produce life in planets, and these ones, to all kinds of alive beings in an infinite result of species gradual evolution, with different apparent manifestation forms, sizes, conscious and functional characteristics for the gradual evolution of each and all species, from microbes and animals to humans, from whose species is the greatest achievement of comprehensive transformer development at this planet, and which revealed unusual factors incomprehensible and difficult to conceive and understand by common humanity as even earth science. Because throughout our history, of whose we are now highlight entire evolutionary product, has never been able to even define what or who is really God, to who only it has have limited considered a single existential entity in existence, and that supposedly he was who alone all made whole himself was reactive, and still go on doing everything, without ever defining its gender as either real personal characteristic of effectiveness and objectivity, as kind of elemental quality with that him is made, manifestation ways, and possibilities for effective existential specific performance of power, etc., which is what was missing define, in order to force necessarily infer that there must be someone else more that he alone, considering also the fact that everything in existence result in creation and life must have a relative similarity required on almost all inherited concept of relative seeming, to well explain the fact of sexual difference gender of life and astronomical beings. From we are immediate consequent creation, and made so that for our inescapable conscious evolution, we were once able enough to even learn, investigate, deduce, and devise the most remote source, not only of human genre and other living species, but probably not until even the most remote origin of the existence and existential considered, divine totalitarian beings, as has been achieved in most basic concept by this author. For to even conceive this curious fact of divine eternal and insoluble marriage, which apart from signify a valuable knowledge never expected to know, whether it will be for all unbelieving atheist or doubtful believer not well convinced of its existence, because the presence of so many negative concepts of that existential quality, such as disorder, injustice, evil, hunger, destruction, unconsciousness, sickness, pain, death, and everything else that is possible to conceive of this kind, may be effective product and responsibility of God, and whose consideration of this has led to doubt, loss of religious belief, devout faith, and separation as conversion to atheism, that will definitely be defeated with this amazing news. To further be strongly supported with well-defined and specific characteristics of each one of most superior divine totalitarian existence as all members. So by well know, not necessarily only to believe in the undoubted God's existence, but right now, of all members of associated family, in exact likeness of the living and human. And as more fully detailed information is provided on videos from this author in his canal, and completely free.